Hello everyone. Today we from group 2 will be explaining about our answer from the segment in brute force algorithm and recursive algorithm. So before that, we will introduce our group. My name is Gede Alpina Dendra with student ID 2215101066. My friend Ipu Tutudi Rama Prasatya with student ID 2215101038 and Gede Devri Yudya Adnyana with student ID 2215101006. So in the first section, we will explain about the brute force. The first one will be explained by my friend.
Okay, the question number one is Hamilton's cycle. So part of A asks about make algorithm brute force for find the circuit Hamilton circuit with a minimum weight. So the first we determining the number of nodes n that you want to provide. The second is find the unique possible circuit of n nodes. The third is find the total weight of the all possible circuit. And the last is find the smallest total weight of each unique possibility. Next is section B asks about check the algorithm, check your algorithm is correct. So in this case, we give n is 4 and we find the possibility of the unique circuit and sum the all of the weight of the circuit, and we find the minimum possibility circuit, and we get the minimum weight of circuit is A, B, C, D, and A equal to 10. Okay, next is the next section asks about make a graph with the 5 node and illustration the algorithm of the graph. Okay, in this case, we have a 5 graph in the image. This is an image of 5 graph, and sum of the before we find the unique of the circuit and sum of all the weight of the circuit and find the minimum of weight. So in this case, we find the minimum weight of the circuit is A, B, C, D, E, and A, with equal to 15. Next, section D asks about count the complexitas algorithm your design. So in my design, we have a formula n-1 factorial divided by 2 times on, and we have the complexitas is on times n factorial. And the last section is asks about whether algorithm your design can modify and apply for in incomplete graph. The answer is no, because in this case it must from a circuit, and complete graph cannot from a circuit. Okay, the next question can be explained with my friend.
So for next one, the segment problem. So we have n stuff and task. Every stuff has a task. Stuff or S1 have a job or task with the day J with cost C, I, and J. The first question is why the algorithm is needed to solve this problem. So my answer is to find the minimal total combination for combination for the cost and more efficient. So the second one is make the algorithm brute force to determine to minimize the cost for every staff that taken the task. So for me, the answer is the first is define the total cost for every combination that possible from the total of staff and the task. And the last one is compare every total of combination and choose or determine the lowest cost. So every staff has the task and total it for every combination. Next question is prove the algorithm that I make. So I choose the staff is 2, task is 2. So for the staff 1, the first task is cost 4, task 2 is 6, and the staff 2, the task 1 is cost 3, and task 2 is cost 8. So I got two combination from this matrix. The first combination is staff 1 with task 1 and staff 2 with task 2. So 4 plus 8 is 12, and the combination 2 for this is the first staff with task 2, the second staff with task 3. Sorry, task 1. So 6 plus 3, the cost is 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. So from the total of the combination, we determine which one is the lowest cost. So the minimum cost from this is the combination number 2. Staff 2 taking tax 1 and staff 1 taking tax 2. Next, it will be getting for staff and for task or assignment. Sorry, for task. Make the cost matrix. We'll input the cost for every task and staff and prove it with my algorithm. So I choose the task like this. For the first staff, task 1, 2, task 2, 6, task 3, 7, task 4, 9. Staff B, task 1, 1, task 2, 4, task 3, 3, task 4, 3. Staff C, 4, 8, 4, 5, and task D, staff D, 3, 2, 2, 1. So first is find the combination, the total combination. Combination 1 for staff A is tax 1, 2, plus staff B is tax number 2, 4. For staff C is tax number 3, 4, and staff D for tax number 4 is 1. So it equals 11. Next, again, with that, 13, 14, 12, 15, and 11. So we find all the combination from this matrix. So compare every combination and get the lowest or minimum total cost. And the lowest cost is the first combination and the last combination. So you can choose the first and the last combination. It equals to 11. So that's all I can explain about the number 2 in the brute force section. Next will be explained by my friend.
So for the next one is number 3, the 1-0 knapsack problem. So for the question A, what meaning of the 1-0 from the 1-0 knapsack problem? So the meaning of 1-0 in the 1-0 knapsack problem is to indicate whether an object can be inserted into knapsack or not. 1 means it can be inserted and 0 means it cannot. So the next one is make an algorithm brute force to select that object with the maximum profit. So for the answer, determine all variable subset of the set in the terms of an existing element. Then evaluate the benefit of each subject obtained after the select the subset that provides maximum profit, but weight does not exceed the capacity of the knapsack or backpage. The next one is check or prove through the algorithm that's make before. For proof the algorithm, first assume we have capacity of K is equal to 5 and N is equal to 2. With the table characteristic is object 1 with weight 4 and profit 6 and object 2 with weight 2 and profit 8. So the subnet are the empty subset with weight 0 and profit 0. The subset 1 with weight 4 and profit 6, the subset 2 with weight 2 and profit 8, and the with subset 1 2 with weight 6 and profit 14. So the optimal solution is given by the subset 2 with profit 8. So the solution of the problem is x equal to subset 0 1. Object 1 not taken and object 2 is taken. It's why the subset is 0 and 1. For number D, the given 5 object and a backpack with capacity K equal to 20. Complete the table below to explain the characteristic of each object. Okay, for number D, the given the 5 object with the backpack with capacity K equal to 20. So complete the table below for the explain the characteristic of each object. There are the 5 objects in a backpack with a capacity of K is 20. With the characteristic of each object is for number 1, the object A with weight 5, profit 10. The number 2, object B with weight 10 and profit 40. The object 3, the number 3, sorry, object C with weight 3 and profit 60. The number 4, object D, weight 15, profit 20. And the number 5, object E, with 12, the profit 30. So from the characteristic of each object, we have the subnet. The subnet all is 32 subnet because the subnet is given by 2 powered n. N is the how many the object. So from the all subnet we make from the empty subnet to the subnet A, B, C, D, E. So we get the optimal solution is given by the subnet A, B, C with 110 profit. The solution of the problem is X, subnet 11100. Object 4 and 5 is not taken. So the first one is the calculate the time complexity from the algorithm. So from the get the time complexity, we can determine the first one is number of subnet of element is n equal to 2 power n is meant to get the subnet, and the time calculate the total weight of the each subnet is equal to O times n. So the exhaustive search complexity is O times n times 2. Okay, maybe that's all from the section 1. Okay, we continue to the section 2. Okay, for the section 2 with the recursive algorithm. For the number 1, the Fibonacci series. For the question A, how the definition or formula from the Fibonacci series in the recursive. So the Fibonacci series is a series of non-negative number, whereas the current value is the result of adding the two previous number. In the recursive is written by fn is equal to 0 if if n equal to 0, and fn is equal to 1 if n is equal to 1, and fn is fn minus 1 plus n minus 2 if n is large than 1. The number 2, make the recursive algorithm to the construct Fibonacci series with n element. First, identify the input value n to determine the solution path. If n is 0, the return is 0. Then if n is 1, the return value is 1. If n is greater than 1, carry out the recursive process by calling the Fibonacci recursive n-1 and Fibonacci recursive n-2 function to calculate the two previous Fibonacci values at index n. This process continues until the best case value of n reaches is mean n equal 0 and n equal 1. Which is already known after reaching the best case, the Fibonacci values for each index is calculated by adding the two Fibonacci values obtained previous and so until the desired Fibonacci values is reached. The next one is number C. Prove the truth algorithm that's the make. To prove, assume the n is the best case, namely is 1, 0, or 1. So the return value is 0 and 1. It's more, if the n is more than 1, assume the n is 3, then the function Fibonacci recursive n-1 and Fibonacci recursive n-2 will be calculated, the resulting index will be added. This is done continuous until the best case will be get. After the values has been obtained, that insert into the required index. For the example, we have the index 3 is mean the 3 minus 1 plus 3 minus 2 is mean the index 2 plus index 1. So we don't know the index 2 and index 1. Okay, so we make the index 2. Index 2 is greater than 1. So same before, index 2 equal 2 minus 1 plus 2 minus 2. So it means the index 1 and index 0. So we know the index 0 is return 0 and index 1 is return 1. So after that, we get the 2 is equal to 1. So after that, we can substitute the value of the index 2 to the index 2 in the function 3. So it will become the 2 plus index 2 plus 1 is will become to 1 plus 1. It's equal to 2. So for the answer is we get the 1, 1, 2. For the n is equal to 3. Okay, for the number D, illustrate with the example of the workflow algorithm with the take the n is greater or equal with 10. So to illustrate the workflow of the recursive Fibonacci algorithm, by taking the value n is equal to 10, there are several steps that need to be done. The first one is make a function called Fibonacci recursive 10, since n equal to 10 is neither 0 or 1. So the function continues to the next step. So it's like the function 10 is equal to 10 minus 1 plus 10 minus 2. It's mean the index 9 and index x. Next one is the function call its step to calculate Fibonacci value n minus 1 equal to 9 and n minus 2 is equal to x, same like before. So this process will be continuous until the reaches the best case when n equals 0 and or n equal 1 is to get the best case. And then after reaching the best case, the Fibonacci value from the recursive call will revert incrementally to the previous call. So this is the workflow. with the Fibonacci function from the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So the Fibonacci serial after do the all step is 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 30, 21, 34, and 55. That's the Fibonacci series. And then the number E is the time on the time complexity with the algorithm. So the time complexity of Fibonacci recursive is the 0, O to forward n. It's because the ith recursive call greatest two other recursive calls. They're causing the exhaustion time to increase exponentially with the value n. So the number F, the implement of the algorithm with the programming language. So in this case, I implement with the Java language. This is the code. First one is definition of the Fibonacci. The function is Fibonacci recursive with the value or parameter n. So the first one we check the parameter if n is equal for 1 or n is equal to 0. If that, the return n, and else return the function Fibonacci recursive with the and else return the Fibonacci recursive with the parameter n minus 1 plus Fibonacci n minus 2. For the example, we have the n is equal with 3. So this is the greater than 1 or 0. So it's come to the else. So this is the call the Fibonacci recursive with the parameter 3 minus 1 and Fibonacci recursive with parameter 3 minus 2. So it will become the 2 and this will come to 1. Because we don't have the value of the 2 Fibonacci parameter 2 and parameter 1, so we'll back to the first again, will be insert to here, so it will become to Fibonacci recursive 2. So it's check it again, is then same like before, either equal or 1 or not. If not, back again to the else, and then do until the n is equal with 1 or n is equal to 0. So the value that's get will be insert to the previous function. So if this run the code, it will become this. The Fibonacci series, it will become 0, 1, 1. If we change this to 5, it will become this 0, 1, 1, 2, and 3. And the last one is what the algorithm that you make is can change to the algorithm brute force. So the answer is no. The recursive Fibonacci algorithm cannot be converted into a brute force algorithm because it's less efficient. That is because the recursive algorithm record a lot of duplication of work of already. With the make brute force slow and impractical for large value of n. Maybe that's all can I explain. The next number will be explained with my friend.
Okay, the second question is a Hanway Tower. The first task is asked about where strategy algorithm most suitable to complete the problem in Hanway Tower. So the answer is recursive because the Hanway Tower problem can be solved into a series of smaller sub-problems that are similar to the main problem. The B text asks about explain what can be input and output from algorithm and algorithm you design. The first is place all the disks on the source root. The second, move to the disks of one by one to the target root. And the last is move the disks from the target root to the auxiliary root if necessary. Task C asks about make a algorithm for solve the Hanoi Tower. The answer is place all the disks of the source root, move the disks on B1 to the target root, move the disks from the target root to the auxiliary root if necessary. The next is the task D. Asks about check your algorithm is correct. So in this case, we assume the disk is 2 and we have a 3 root, A, T, and B. A is source root, T is auxiliary root, and B is target root. So in this case, we have a 3 step and 3 move. The first step is move this one from A to T. The second step is move this 2 from E to B, and the last step is move this one from T to B. Next is E step. Illustration the algorithm to move the disks equal to 5. In this case, we assume that this is 4 and we have the 3 root A, T, and B. A is source, T is auxiliary, B is target, and have a 4 disks. In this case, we have a 15 step and 15 moves. The first step is move disk 1 from A to B. The second, move disk 2 from A to T. The third is move disk 1 from B to T. The fourth is move disk 3 from A to B. 5, move disk 1 from T to A. 6, move disk 2 from T to B. 7, move disk 1 from A to B. 8, move disk 4 from E to T. 9, move disk 1 from B to T. 10, move disk 2 from B to A. 11, move disk 1 from T to E. 12, move disk 3 from B to T. 13, move disk 1 from E to B. 14, move disk 2 from E to T. And the last, move disk 1 from B to T. Next task is calculate the complexity of algorithm. Okay, we find the formula Tn equal to 2 times 2 power n minus 1 minus 1 plus 1. So the equal to 2 power n minus 1. So the complexity is O n power. The complexity is O 2n power. 2 power n. And the next task is implement algorithm from your favorite programming language. Okay. This Cut. Okay, in this we implementation the algorithm in the Python. First, we definition of the function called Hanoi with 4 parameter. The first is n, source, target, and auxiliary. If n greater than 0, so we call again the recursive function Hanoi with n minus 1, source, auxiliary, and target, and print the move this %i from %z s to %s with parameter and source and target. And then we call back Hanoi, call back a recursive function Hanoi with n minus 1, auxiliary, target, and source. And the n is input from the user. So we define the source with A and target with B and auxiliary is D. So we run the program and we input the digs. In the example, we input the 4 and we have 15 up moves. And if we run again and we input this 3 and we have 7 moves. Okay. The next is cut. Next is what this algorithm can be changed to brute force. In answer, yes, but inefficient as it would require a very large number of the step to solve the problem, even with a small number of the digits. Okay, that's all from me. Next number is explained with my friend.
Okay, now I will explain about the third question about the binary search. So the binary search is like divided the array into 2 part, and divide membandingkan apa? Compare. Compare. Action. So next I will explain about the third question about binary search algorithm. So binary search algorithm is like dividing an array into 2 and compare the mid element with the target value. If the mid element is equal to target value, we return the index. If the mid element is greater than the target value, we will search in the left side of the array. If the mid is smaller than the target value, the algorithm will search in the right side of the array. This algorithm looping this process until the value is find it and or the array is empty. So the first question is A explain what the input and the output of this algorithm that we make. So for the answer, the input for this algorithm is the value of the index you want to search, and the second one is the sorted array, and the output is the value position or index that you want to search. B, give the idea how this algorithm is called the recursive. So in the part where the array is divided from the midpoint and comparing if it's smaller, equal, or greater than the midpoint, this following condition is the recursive part of this algorithm. So the next question is prove the algorithm. So I will using the sorted array for this algorithm is from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The target value is 4. So the first iteration, we check the mid index. The mid index is 3. Because the value of index 3 is 2 is smaller than 4. We can search on the right side of the midpoint from 3 to 6. Index 3 to 6. In iteration 2, we check from 2, 3, 4, 5 and determine the midpoint again. The midpoint is 4, index 4 with value 3. Because the value is smaller than the value we want, so search again in the right part of the midpoint from index 4 to 6. We have the last iteration. In this iteration 3, we have 3, 4, and 5. The mid index is index 5, the value is 4. So because 4 already equal to the value we want is 4, so we can print the founded index is 5. So the next one is implement. The next one is the give the array of 2 power n, where n is equal or greater than 4, and illustrate the algorithm binary search with the example. So I will using 4 for the n power. So 2 power 4 is equals to 16 array. So the value 16 index, the value I will make to find is 5. The array is 1 until 15. So the iteration 1, search for the mid index. Index is 8. Compare with the target value, 7 is greater than 5. So we search on the left part of the array from index 0 to 8. Next, we check again. We check again from 0 to 7. The mid index is 4. Because 3 is less than 5, search to the right side of the array. The next is iteration 3. We determine the mid index again, and because the mid is already 5, we same with the target value is 5. So we can print the target value is founded in the 6th index. Next, E, calculate the time complexity for this algorithm. So for this, the time complexity for this algorithm is, I think, is O log n, because binary search using halving strategy that has half the search space in each step. Same with the logarithmic growth in the comparison that needed to find the target. Next, the implementation in the code. So I make this code to implement the binary search. I'm naming the program is binary underscore search with input array t the target. So in this the line 2 and 3, it will determine the length of the array. The next is line 5 and 6. It will determine if the data is in the array or not. So next is 8 and 9, the line 8. We determine the midpoint start plus n divided by 2. So we make the first if array m is already equals to t, the target, return again to m. Else if array m is smaller than t, the target, it will be returned to a binary search program, but the m is +1. The midpoint is +1. So the else is return again to binary search program, but the m, the midpoint is -1. So I will check I will test this code. Import sorted array. I will choose one. Sorry. I will choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The target element is maybe 2. Enter. It will print the element 2 is present in the index 1. So this code is already true. Next, the last question. Is this algorithm can be used in using algorithm brute force? If it can, explain it. So I think it cannot be used in brute force because binary search is the concept of binary search is halving in every step. Because of it, brute force is not suitable for this algorithm. Brute force, if we use brute force, it will check every index in the array. So for the example, if the length of the array is 10, the index is 10, it will check every index in the array. So the time complexity, it will be doubled to on. It will be not same efficiency as we using recursive. So that's all we can explain about our answer in this segment for brute force and recursive. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.